Hello everybody, welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube and Twitch channels. And I see that we have some people in YouTube chat already. Hello Jordan, good to see you. Yes, the Mr. Beast stuff, I have had an issue with his clickbait titles for a while, including the one about the blind people. Because first of all, they weren't actually even on the visually impaired spectrum, except I think for like one person out of 1,000. They all had cataracts, but they weren't like designated as visually impaired by any like state organization or anything like that. And he paid for their surgery, which, like, had he said, I paid for 1,000 people's cataract surgery, that still would have been a really nice thing to do. But the way he presented it was, I cured 1,000 blind people, which is completely wrong. That's not what he did at all. So you're right about that, Jordan, pointing that out. But the video that I have for us that we're gonna watch in a moment is by August the Duck, and he does some very good commentary. And he found this post, and again, he, find people like him find stuff that I wouldn't be able to find. And it's claiming a whole bunch of really insane stuff about the Beast game series. And I think that it's starting to get a little bit crazy. I listened to about half of August's video this morning. I didn't watch the whole thing because I didn't want to spoil the reaction. But from what I've been hearing so far, because he does play clips of this woman's video, it does feel very manufactured almost, and very like if this were true, it would and should be all over like actual media, not just the internet, but mainstream media as well. And I think that if once we listen to this video, we will see no pun intended, that while there are some valid allegations surrounding Jimmy and his crew, that some of this stuff is just going a bit too far, and there's really no like evidence of anything that's being said. We don't see like people going into the hospital saying, I was participating in the Beast games and I got hurt. It's okay, Jordan. When you do that, it helps. It shows YouTube that there's people in chat, and it's like, hey, come watch this stream. So thank you for that. And that video bothered me too, especially with the way that Hassan reacted to it. Basically only pointing out the capitalist part of it, not pointing out the obvious part that these people weren't actually blind, because nobody that's not in the blind community would know. So it's very difficult and like very frustrating when you hear these, because I even got told, oh, maybe Mr. Beast can cure you. It's like, oh my god. No, he can't. He cannot cure me. Stop it. Stop it right now. Oh, where he's making it seem like blindness is a condition that is a simple condition that can be cured. Yeah, that's very... From his point of view, it's like he's saying that all blindness is curable. That's true. Who the hell is calling me? I don't even know that number. Why are all these weird numbers calling me? Ugh. Really? You can't use Siri when there's a phone call coming? That's bullshit. That is some bullshit. Turn on streaming and recording focus.
Now playing clean white
Oh
noise,
my god.
with no fade.
Turn on do not disturb.
Okay, I turned do not
Stupid
disturb on.
fucking thing. Stupid thing. Making me think I want clean white noise. Ugh. Stupid thing. Arguing with my phone. Can't. Anyway. So, now that I've talked about this and introduced it, we are going to go over here to this shared screen. Hopefully it's not sharing Twitch, and it's sharing the actual YouTube video that I need. But I guarantee you it's sharing Twitch. I guarantee you it's sharing Twitch. We'll see. But I guarantee you it's sharing Twitch. So let's push play and see.
People were having seizures because they were not getting medication. Guys started tackling and hitting women. 2 girls were tackled and passed out on the field and were dragged off to continue filming. I saw people with broken bones, stitches, etc. And most were women.
Well, guys, I'm having some deja vu. It genuinely seems like for the last 2 weeks, we have not gone a single day where something insane has not come out against Mr. Beast or some member of his team.
Yeah, it really does feel like I went to be like, hey, maybe I'll be doing something else today for the live stream. And yes, we do have a couple of videos from Financial Audit to watch, because it's fun to watch those videos. But at the same time, holy shit, this Mr. Beast stuff just doesn't stop.
It's kind of getting ridiculous. The amount of DMs and comments I've received about new accusations, new allegations, new controversies, it's almost unbelievable. Now, I know a lot of you are probably getting tired of hearing about this shit. It's basically all that anybody's been talking about for the last 2 weeks. And believe it or not, I find many topics more enjoyable than talking about the same 2 people over and over again. But I think...
Don't we all, August? Don't we all? Oh my god.
Today's video is important because stuff is starting to come out that I personally think is taking away from the real issues here. This is purely my opinion. I do not have evidence to back up that claim. I want to make that very clear from the beginning. With that being said, however, over the last few days, a lot of stuff has come out about Mr. Beast Project The Beast Games, which is supposed to be like the biggest game show ever filmed. And I've got to be honest with you guys, I cannot believe the things that people are saying are true. And I'm not saying that in a way where I'm like, oh my god, this stuff is so awful. No, I just genuinely cannot believe these people are telling the truth.
And I will say that watching the first, like I said, 7 to 8 minutes of this video, some of the things that I was hearing, I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't make like, this feels like Mr. Beast in trouble and facing allegations. Women most affected. Like, that's what it feels like this is. Like, just jumping on the bandwagon of, like, let's shit all over Mr. Beast and put in a whole bunch of shit that says his competition was basically, you know, let's allow men to beat the shit out of women for a few days.
I refuse to believe it. So I wanted to get a few videos in front of more people's eyes, and I would like to be proven wrong. Look, I'm not trying to out these people as liars or anything, but some of the stuff that people are saying about this game show are like real life super villain Hunger Games, Squid Games type of shit. And it's really, really hard for me to believe that this stuff is going on and it's just a non-issue. Well, non-issue might not be the right phrase there because obviously a lot of people are talking about this, but I guess I have enough hope in the world that if this stuff was really happening, it would not fly. So today we're going to be taking a look.
Well, and that's the thing. If this were actually happening, I feel like the mainstream media would also be picking up on it.
I have enough hope in the world that if this stuff was really happening, it would not fly. So today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of the videos that are making these accusations. The first of which is one by Rosanna Pansino, who, if you don't remember, is the content creator who called out Mr. Beast for faking his Creator Game series. And now she's back with, quote, evidence that far worse things are going on during the production of the Beast games. So let's not waste any more time. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
Hey guys, so it is time for a video because I have received messages from over a dozen people involved with the current Beast Games. For those of you who don't know, Beast Games is a competition show ran by Mr. Beast that will be on Amazon Prime.
Oh, shit, I didn't realize that. That he actually got a spot on Amazon Prime.
It is being marketed as the biggest competition show ever. I'll talk more about that later. On to the messages. So the messages that I have received from contestants.
Of course. So
this is why nobody's watching. There's nobody in chat because you've had it on the Twitch screen this whole time. You gotta come talk to me first to double check if it's doing this every time. You gotta tell me.
Okay.
You have two Twitches open. Why did I just see two Twitch windows in there? Oh wait, voiceover. Let's see.
So this woman is saying...
Is this the first video?
Yeah, this is the August the Duck
video.
Okay,
let's start from the beginning for you, okay? Because there's a whole bunch of writing that starts up first. I literally just popped over real quick because I saw one watching and I'm like, why? Because it had the solo cam on the thumbnail, but I popped over and it was the Twitch screen.
Okay.
You gotta talk to me first.
Okay.
Okay.
No, yeah, this is August the Duck, and he's pointing out that there are like a lot of stuff coming out about Mr. Beast that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like I said, it's all there's a whole. Okay. Well, we'll find out. I haven't watched any of this stuff. What did you bring up? Oh, you know, I sent you those two videos just to watch on your own.
Okay. Well then,
like you have two-hour videos up.
Okay, then I will then after this we will find something else to watch.
Okay. I had such a shitty day. I didn't get a chance to do any setup. Like
that's okay.
That's the problem. I didn't think you were going to rehash all this stuff again because everyone else is just going over it. This couple, though, you might want to go over this. This is kind of a messed up couple.
Which couple?
The only fan. This is an OF model who is a literal clown. Is the title of the other video for this chick, and listen to the opening.
I make about $200 a month. $200. My bills are
paid.
paid.
Why is the volume?
You lie.
So quiet?
Congratulations, you lie.
I don't consider that a bill.
There we go.
But yeah, okay, ready? I'll do it again. Okay, ready? We'll start from the beginning. Listen to this. Okay, this is
I make
why
about
we have
$200
this
a month.
conversation.
200.
My bills are paid.
You lie. Congratulations, you lie.
I don't consider that a
$200
bill.
a month, she
What are you
said.
talking about? How do you not consider that a bill?
I consider bills right now for
Okay,
lazy
yeah, let's
food,
watch
food,
that
stuff like
instead.
that.
Okay, and then there's this one, which is a couple.
You've literally
That's a woman, by the way.
not talking
That's a
about
woman.
my
I thought it was a
finances,
dude at
not
first.
sitting down and talking with me and showing me any of these.
So the
not
financial
communicating very
infidelity,
well, feeling
that one?
overwhelmed,
Yeah.
But I love that every single time I ask you about it, you go, you knew that. No, I did
This
not.
is just a woman who doesn't understand anything about why her husband is sitting there going, stop spending money, stop spending money, stop spending money, stop spending money. what else do we got? The perversion of P. Diddy. Oh, that's an hour and 15 minutes.
Wow.
Thanks, Jay Aubrey.
Well, Jay Aubrey always makes really long.
Now, if I remember right...
Like his thing on,
here's Roy Benavides. That's 45 minutes.
His thing on, the whole Jody Hildebrand 8 Passengers thing was almost 2 hours long.
Yeah. Boys, quiet. Okay. Oh. Operation Plum Bob. I didn't even get a chance to watch this myself. Operation Plum Bob is the unhinged amount of nuclear testing that the U.S. did during the 50s.
Okay.
It's insane. You know that whole rainbow sky shit that Jay was always trying to get me to talk to him about?
Yeah.
This level of insanity.
Well, actually, one of the Douglas Preston books I just read, the Nora Kelly ones.
Yeah.
One of them talked about basically a gold, like a farmer who was looking for gold, who got caught in one of the nuclear tests, and he was basically irradiated and died within the day, and they were digging up his body, and it led to a whole bunch of different like things that happened in the book, which I did the review on. That was the Diablo Mesa one.
Okay, so that's the Mr. Beast. So which one do you want to do? Because they're both an hour and a half.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Now I would recommend punching it up to 1 1/4, 1 1/2.
Yeah.
1 1/4 as usual.
Yeah.
Which is what you should be doing for everything where they talk slow. Sorry, August, you also deserve to be at 125. Because you talk like this, even when you're talking in real life. I can duplicate your voice specifically. Like, Nick, you don't have to, because he talks fast. He talks as fast as I do. So, you already have trouble understanding him as it is. So let's set these up.
That's
so
true.
Which one, OF or Bizarre Couple?
I want to do the couple one.
Okay.
Which one do you think is better?
I watched both. I've already watched both. So I would recommend going. It doesn't bother me, but both each is fun. Each is funny.
Okay.
And also, I hope you can learn a little bit from these. Both of them will actually teach you a couple things. You might kick yourself. Yeah, not doing that one. Yeah, animal. Just so you know, I just watched an animal abuse video on fucking YouTube, on Twitter, and I'm not happy about it. I'm annoyed. Why is that shitty? What is that? Oh, it's the Olympics crap.
So apparently
apparently
they're claiming that the intro or the ceremony was supposed to be the Feast of the Gods or something like that.
Yeah.
But like,
did you watch this Trans Women versus Women with Ava and Preach?
Nope, not yet.
Okay, that's one you should watch as well because that's a good one.
Okay.
You'll enjoy that, and I think that'll be okay. Yeah. So there's August. You didn't watch the Mr. Beast. Oh, IA released another update. Jesus Christ, he hates Ava Tyson so much. He's like pumping out shit as bad as when Matt had his heart on for Anita Sarkeesian. Jesus. No, like that was bad. Like those days were bad too, right?
Yep.
Like it's getting bad in the other directions. Celebrities are shutting down disrespectful interviews. It's from 3 weeks ago. What is that about? It's interesting. This is what I mean. Like this is actually might work. So which one? Wife or psycho or weird clown?
You know what? Let's do the OnlyFans one.
Okay, you can do the couple later.
Okay.
And I mean, Caleb Hammer is actually it's quite interesting. Did you watch that Trump interview? Did you see any of the clips from it?
The one where he says that Kamala Harris decided she was black. I'm like, is she Rachel Dolezal now? Like, what the fuck?
Have you? Yeah. Well, because there is a whole documentary on her from her English or from her Indian sister, talking about how she is a wonderful woman who goes back to the homeland and all this stuff, to the point where Cog's wife was chiming in.
Oh God.
So, like that was interesting. I would actually like to hear her full opinion on all that. It would just be interesting to see, because anytime you hear anything from the other side of the fence is always fun. Six Erican competition. Oh, you hate Six Erican. He's live right now. Are you subscribed to him?
No.
No, he's in your recommended feed.
He's well, he got permanently banned from MK1.
That's fun.
It is funny. And then there's this guy called Fight All Thy Enemies. He's from Australia.
Yeah.
And he hates Another Realm. But he still he's one of those guys that plays the game. And he thinks that NetherRealm only does things to please the professional players. Meanwhile, they nerf the shit out of the game and the pros are like, please don't do that. So they completely don't do things specifically for the pros. They want the casual base to play the game so they can sell the game. Right? The pros are the people they have to pay to play their game. Why the hell would they cater their game to the people that aren't making them money? What a dumb fuck. And everybody always points this out to him. The pros point this out to him all the time. And he's like, "No, mate, you're all just got a hard on for NRS."
Okay, look, what does CB24 say about this?
Okay.
So this is Trump questions Kamala Harris's identity as black.
Oh, wow, the volume's low again.
Oh, let me fix
It's at 5%. That is too low.
His rival, Kamala Harris.
Yeah, questioning Kamala Harris's identity, Beatrice, and there was a lot said by the Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump at this convention held by the National Association of Black Journalists last night that had all sorts of reactions from the crowd. There were audible gasps, deep groans, laughter, a smattering of applause, really all over the map here. But it seemed like there was a lot of shock in terms of what Trump had to say. A few interactions related to, questions around his past racist rhetoric and some of his ongoing policies.
That's hilarious. All those
black journalist questioning racist comments made by Trump in the past and why the black population would support him. He replied by calling the question horrible, hostile, and a disgrace. There was claims that migrants crossing the U.S. border would take away black jobs as well. That resulted in a lot of groans and gasps from the crowd as well. But one really became a headline today, especially, and that was questioning Kamala Harris's identity. Have a listen to how Donald Trump phrased this.
I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much, and she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black.
She was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she
until
was
a number of years ago when she happened to turn black.
Until she happened to turn black a number of years ago. She's just, oh, I can't believe he actually said that.
Wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one.
And for the record, Kamala Harris has always said she's half black, half Indian, from Jamaican and Indian heritage. She shot back after this convention, saying that this is divisive and disrespectful rhetoric, saying that this would be what 4 more years under Donald Trump would look like. So, it's just the beginning with this election upcoming later this year. We're already seeing some quite heavy back and forth between the two.
All right, that's Kamal Karali reporting live.
The debates are gonna be so fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like, the debates between these two are gonna be just absolutely crazy. Oh my god. She's gonna attack him. He's gonna attack her. It's just gonna be a shit show. Lord Famine! Hey, cannibalistic Snorlax, what's up? Oh, Lord Famine, since you resubscribed and you were not here last night for the presses, I will do them again. And I've also got the link for the Streamlabs pinned in the description for jumping jacks if you guys want to contribute to the money match pot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go, Famine. All right. Whew. Oh, you're sorry driving Ape had a shitty day. It's really hot. It's been really hot and always good to push you along on the workout trail. Hey, glad you're here to help me be on the workout trail, man. That's all. It's gonna. Anyway, we have. Where's our next video? So, let me get out of this. So let's start this again. Now that you guys can see the screen.
You good?
Yep.
Okay.
Everything okay?
Yeah, just charging issues.
Oh.
Okay, guys, volume down.
So we're gonna listen to this August the Duck video and hear about these allegations that are kind of a little bit insane and a little bit silly.
People were having seizures because they were not getting medication. Guys started tackling and hitting women. 2 girls were tackled and passed out on the field and were dragged off to continue filming. I saw people with broken bones, stitches, etc. And most were women.
Well, guys, I'm having some deja vu. It genuinely seems like for the last 2 weeks, we have not gone a single day where something insane has not come out against Mr. Beast or some member of his team. It's
Literally.
kind of getting ridiculous.
It is. It's getting ridiculous. It's getting annoying. I would like to move on from covering Mr. Beast, please.
Of DMs and comments I've received about new accusations, new allegations, new controversies, it's almost unbelievable. Now, I know a lot of you are probably getting tired of hearing about this shit. It's basically all that anybody's been talking about for the last 2 weeks, and believe it or not, I find many topics more enjoyable than talking about the same 2 people over and over again. But I think today's video is important because stuff is starting to come out that I personally think is taking away from the real issues here. This is purely my opinion. I do not have evidence to back up that claim. I want to make that very clear from the beginning. With that being said, however, over the last few days, a lot of stuff has come out about Mr. Beast Project The Beast Games, which is supposed to be like the biggest game show ever filmed.
I think it's supposed to be a take on the Squid Games. If that makes sense, I think that's what it's supposed to be. I think... Oh, I got a YouTube subscription. That's what that noise was. Cool.
And I've got to be honest with you guys, I cannot believe the things that people are saying are true. And I'm not saying that in a way where I'm like, oh my god, this stuff is so awful. No, I just genuinely cannot believe these people are telling the truth. I refuse to believe it. So I wanted to get a few videos in front of more people's eyes, and I would like to be proven wrong. Look, I'm not trying to out these people as liars or anything, but some of the stuff that people are saying about this game show are like real life super villain Hunger Games, Squid Games type of shit. And
they are. I listened, like I said, to about 8 minutes of this video, and none of this feels believable. It feels like Mr. Beast is facing allegations, women most affected.
It's really, really hard for me to believe that this stuff is going on, and it's just a non-issue. Well, non-issue might not be the right phrase there, because obviously a lot of people are talking about this, but I guess I have enough hope in the world that if this stuff was really happening, it would not fly. So today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of the videos that are making these accusations. The first of which is one by Rosanna Pansino, who, if you don't remember, is the content creator who called out Mr. Beast for faking his creator game series, and now she's back with, quote, evidence that far worse things are going on during the production of the Beast games. So let's not waste any more time. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
Hey guys, so it is time for a video because I have received messages from over a dozen people involved with the current Beast games. For those of you who don't know, Beast Games is a competition show ran by Mr. Beast that will be on Amazon Prime.
I also didn't know this was going to be on Prime.
It is being marketed as the biggest competition show ever. I'll talk more about that later. On to the messages. So the messages that I have received from contestants on the show are pretty much all telling a similar story, and I find them to be very disturbing.
Okay, so that's
maybe the women should have stayed. Oh God, honey.
The general premise of this video, and I'm not trying to attack this woman or anything. She's been proven to be right in the past when nobody else believed her, so I think that should be something everyone should consider. But the way she's making this video, the way she's presenting this information, is kind of bad. She says she has all these stories that all corroborate each other. She has proof that these people are actually in the games, and we don't get any of that. This video includes one message that could have been written by literally anybody. This is just hearsay. And it's easy to be like, okay, well, Mr. Beast is being called out for a lot of bad things right now. Let's believe every bad thing that comes out about him, and that's dangerous. Now, I'm not saying that the accusations made in this video are not necessarily true, but the quote evidence we're given in this video is what appears to be a few paragraphs typed out in the iPhone's Note app. You can—
Oh, Jesus. That is not, like, if you don't have pictures of yourself, like, at this games thing, at least, then I wouldn't think that that would be evidence.
You cannot
just a written thing.
Take that as hard evidence, no matter what.
I was a contestant until the end. I also didn't accept their hush money. It was really bad.
Their hush money?
People were having seizures because they were not getting medication, even though we were promised we would. And it was 100% rigged. They presented it as though the game would be like Squid Games, basically a type of—
You make jumping jacks look easy. It's like you have infinite stamina or something. You make it look simply easy. Well, when people send in money, it gets easy. Like I did 600 once. So when people are generous enough to send in their hard-earned money, then I will jump up and down as much as I have to.
Type of game show where all the games are an even playing field. That was not at all the case. All the games were about speed and strength, so only the young athletic males were at an advantage over the women and elderly people.
Oh, poor women and elderly people. Why are there elderly people involved in something like this?
Were also casted. To make things worse, men started realizing that they could take out the women without being eliminated. Guys started tackling and hitting women. 2 girls were tackled and passed out on the field and were dragged off to continue filming.
Dragged? Like, what? Dragged? Why do you make it sound like they were just taken by the ankles and just bodily hauled off the field?
I saw people with broken bones, stitches, etc.
And you weren't whipping out your phone to capture this? Like... Yes, we do still have to redo that video for proper focus.
And most were women.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is a pretty extreme accusation. Mr. Beast is supposedly holding this like Lord of the Flies-esque game show where you can just basically kill people in order to get an advantage.
Right? Like, why would you not whip your phone out and, like, film this shit or take pictures or something and leak this. Like, what are we just supposed to take your written word? Like, why do you not have photos of
People are having
this?
seizures during the games and they're not being assisted. The women are being so severely assaulted by the men that they're passing out or having bones broken. They're needing stitches. I mean, this is pretty crazy. I mean, to break another person's bones with your bare hands, unless you're a trained fighter, that's not exactly an easy thing for a person to do.
No, it's not. It's really not. Like, no, unless you're like August said, unless you're a trained fighter, most people don't even know how to break somebody's bones with their bare hands. Like, what the
It's really, really hard for me to believe that multiple people are having their bones broken by the other contestants and nothing is happening about it. I mean, that's kind of insane, right? Look, if this turns out to all be true, then Mr. Beast belongs under the prison, but this is really out there.
We were given maybe 400 calories a meal and only fed every 12 hours.
400 calories a meal every 12 hours. I don't think I believe that either. That's like... No, I don't think I believe that.
Food would run out and people would fight over, steal, and hoard food. Water was scarce and kept running out as well. I had to sit with a bloody pad for 2 days before I could get undergarments and my reusable pads because I'm allergic to regular pads. We were also sleep deprived, only allowed 3 to 4 hours. We all slept on the floor in the stadium in a $10 sleeping bag. I get that people saying it's a game show and it's not meant to be easy. I'm not saying it should be easy, but it was presented like Squid Games, where competitions were not biased.
It was presented like Squid Games where competitions weren't, but I'm sorry, weren't there deaths in Squid Games?
And didn't exclusively cater to young athletic men. People who went signed up for Squid Games, not for American Ninja Warrior and Survivor. Why else would they cast elderly people on the show?
Guys, I mean, I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it, but something about the way this is written, it's just triggering alarm bells in my head. Something's off. First of all, we keep referencing Squid Games as like this baseline of what's expected. Yeah, you know people died in that show, right?
So I am right. I am right. There were deaths in Squid Games. Okay.
So like half the challenges were about strength. And then to double back here and be like, I get that people say it shouldn't be easy. I don't think it should be easy. That's a really, really weird thing to include with what you're saying. I mean, you're saying people are being denied like basic hygiene and the ability to survive. I don't really think the issue there is that the challenges are not set on an even playing field. I mean, look, if this turns out to all be true, I will stick my foot in my mouth and I will keep it there. But I'm having a real hard time believing that this is the unadulterated truth. There might be aspects of truth to what this person is saying, but we are painting like a gladiatorial scene here where people are at a very real risk of dying for this game show, and we're expected to believe that Mr. Beast and the entire production crew have no problem with that.
I really don't. I have a really hard time believing that Mr. Beast, like, even if he knew every single thing that Ava was doing, I don't think he would. I don't think he would develop this game show where people are hurting each other and like he would just let everything go. I could see people were not allowed on set. This is crazy.
I've read some other articles that have statements from people in the Beast games, and their statements are a lot less extreme. They're still bad, they're still awful, don't get me wrong. People getting dehydrated, nothing being planned correctly, running out of food, poor hygienic conditions, those things I can believe.
Yes,
but when you say stuff like people have resulted to
absolutely.
stealing food and water from each other, and contestants are being attacked so brutally that they're breaking bones or getting knocked out, I can't believe that.
No. I believe a badly organized event. I do believe dehydration. I do believe stuff like that. But I do not believe out and out violence.
And that could be me being naive, I fully admit to that, but some of this is pretty crazy. So this video continues, and the statement says some other things like the Mr. Beast crew was offering to pay for therapy sessions for the contestants, people were getting COVID, people were getting pink eye, nurses at the Las Vegas hospitals are apparently confirming these stories, which I couldn't find anything on. And then Rosanna does something that really, really confuses me. She says, I have more information from this person, I have more messages from other people, I'll keep you updated. I don't understand why this is not just being blown wide open. Why are you like drip feeding us these allegations? This is
why are you using this for content for your like if you truly care about how bad this is, why are you using this as content fuel and just parsing it out and using it for views?
This is pretty serious shit if this is real. Why are you withholding information? People are confiding in you and they are sending you this information because of your platform and your stance on Mr. Beast. Why are you not using the platform to amplify those messages? Why are you not making them heard? I'm not trying to dogpile on this woman, but like, it doesn't do us any good to know that you've received other messages and you have more information if you're not going to share it. Yeah. I'm not saying it's this woman's responsibility to fix this or make this known. She doesn't have to get involved in anything just because people are DMing her. But if you choose to make a video like this and you choose to use those messages people are sending you, leaving most of them out doesn't really make sense to me.
All right, so I have been receiving more updates about the injuries on the set of Beast games, confirmed by multiple people that I am going to be telling you about today. I'd like to read you 2 statements from Beast game contestants who witnessed the same and, in my opinion, a horrifying event. I've actually received more than 5 statements about this exact situation, but for the sake of this video, I will be reading 2 of them.
Okay, you only have statements. Why do you, like, where are the photos? Where are the videos of any of this happening? Like, is nobody allowed to have a phone on them while they're competing?
Here's the first statement. The lack of water, food, and medical attention was embarrassing and sad. Women and elders injured. I witnessed 2 seizures, a sprained ankle. Staff and medical did nothing to help her, leaving her for hours.
I don't believe that the men had an advantage. I don't either. I don't think Jimmy set it up to be like this battle of the sexes, out and out brawl. You know what I mean?
Hours crying. Teammates were helping console and aimed to get the staff to assist. PAs ignored us. I witnessed a rope literally wrapped around a young woman's neck, choking her out on the red team. Multiple people being trampled on their heads and chests.
Okay, so again, already not trying to interrupt this, but this already seems so out of the realm of possibility. NDAs and liability waivers do not protect crimes. They do.
No. They literally do not protect crimes. And also, again, is nobody allowed a phone? Why is nobody taking pictures of this shit going, holy fuck? Look at what I just saw.
Do not protect gross negligence. If you are so severely assaulted by another person that you get your bones broken, if a game show production team is allowing people to have seizures and break their bones, sprain ankles, if somebody is getting choked out by a rope, people are being trampled, people are nearly dying, those NDAs and those liability waivers are not gonna fucking hold up in courts.
No, they're not. They're gonna be void. They're gonna be basically toilet paper. There's no way that you can hide behind an NDA if your game show is basically a crime-ridden brawl fest.
Why has nobody gone to the police? Like, you can't sign away your right to report an attempted murder on you. And if somebody beats you to the point that your bones break, that's attempted murder. This is all gross negligence. None of the things that people signed, if these allegations are true, are gonna hold up. So why is nobody reporting this? Why are they sending this stuff to influencers instead of the authorities? I don't understand. The rest of this statement is pretty much the exact same as the other one, though, saying things about how there was no preparations made for anybody who wanted to leave, there was no food, there was no water, there were no hygiene items. Apparently multiple people ended up getting choked out by that rope. It appears that they were playing some sort of tug of war game.
So a tug of war game with people's necks? What the fuck? What kind of tug of war game is that? I don't understand how when you're playing tug of war you get the rope around your neck.
I don't know how that ends up with people getting choked, but there's just a lot of the same stuff that was said in the previous statement, and honestly, it seems to be written in a pretty similar fashion. There's a lot of references to strong young men, and there seems to be a very big focus on that aspect of this. I'm not trying to make any assumptions about these statements, but again, I think it's important to remember that anybody can write this stuff out. This is not like that video of the former employee who called out a lot of things that you could see happening in real time. We were watching those things happening. We were given multiple examples of what they were talking about. I'm not saying you need that for something to be real, but I'm a skeptic person, and all of this seems off. I'm not...
You're gonna need more than just written down statements of stuff like this egregious. I'm sorry, you just are.
I'm not trying to defend anybody. I'm not trying to take sides. There's really nothing for me to take a stance on because all we have is one party saying this happened and the other party saying no, it didn't. I don't think that these Beast games are going perfectly smooth and a bunch of people decided, you know what, we should just start making shit up. I think that there's probably a lot of truth in these statements, but some of it, without an official statement or without me seeing it, is going to be really hard for me to believe. Now, we're going to be looking at one more video, and this is from a guy named Scott Leopold, who is supposedly a contestant on the Beast games right now. What he addresses is really nothing like the last two statements we've seen. What he talks about is these games being rigged and how the winner of the games is going to be chosen. Given what we just talked about the other day with the Dog Packs video, I think this is an important thing to take a look at.
Okay, so he is actually a contestant, and he is saying that this is rigged.
Hi, my name is Scott Leopold, and I was a contestant on the Mr. Beast games this year, winning $5 million. Well, when I got there, and we were, someone came out and they spoke to us as a group, and I don't think it was the full group of people, but it was a large chunk of the people. Okay. So we were put into a group, and this person came out, and basically they said that the producers will be picking the person that wins the $5 million. And
so they admitted that it was a scripted thing.
They said that, you know, basically the producers are putting up the money, they're putting up the risk, and so they're going to pick who it is, and there's not much they can do about it. So that's not verbatim of what was said, but that is my recollection. And I looked around, the people around me, and I said, did you hear what I just heard? And I got several confirmations. So I'm looking for other people that were participants to see if they also heard that. But I did hear that, or a variation of that. And, once I heard that, then I really felt like I was being taken advantage of.
So once you heard that this game show was like literally every other game show on the planet, you felt taken advantage of. Oh, that's like, I'm sorry to sound so jaded, but find me a game show that isn't like, I bet you even Jeopardy is somehow rigged. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, I felt like they brought me there, they didn't tell me that up front, because I probably wouldn't have done it if there wasn't going to be a chance for me to win the $5 million.
So it's a pretty long video, but that's the gist of the statement. This man signed up for the games, or he was chosen for the games. I don't really know the selection process. He says something about his agent reaching out to him since he's an actor, and he said that he knew a lot of the other people that were there were actors. They weren't just randomly selected people, which is something that also aligns with the Dog Pack video. And, well, you heard him. Apparently, there is no real game show in the sense that it's a contest. The producers are supposedly just going to be picking the person who wins the $5 million, presumably whoever they think will have the best story or be the most entertaining, and everyone else is just shit out of luck. Now, this is a pretty interesting video to me for a few reasons. One, this guy is not like a known influencer. I think this video has like 300 views as I'm recording this. Somebody sent it to me on Instagram, and it doesn't really seem like he's trying to make a super accusatory statement. What I got from this video is he's basically looking for other people who heard this to sort of confirm that he got this right. Now again, that means nothing. For all we know, this guy could have seen Dog Pack's video and thought, you know what? I have a pretty good way to spin this about the Beast games that might get me some views. Or
that could have very well been an attempt to spin it like that. August is right.
It could be a genuine statement. Same thing goes for everything that Rosanna Pansino presented. Right now, I just don't think there's enough evidence for anybody to really take a side on this yet. We've seen this quite a few times where a person's public perception rapidly changes, and people use that to their advantage to spread shit or stretch the truth, and since so many people dislike that person at the moment or they're unhappy with them, they just blindly go with it. Look, I don't like Mr. Beast at all. After watching that Dog Pack video and seeing a lot of the stuff that the guy's done, I would not necessarily be surprised if a lot of this stuff came out to be true, but to just run with the idea that Mr. Beast is out there really recreating the Squid Games with no evidence other than hearsay, that's a little dangerous.
I don't like Mr. Beast either, and it's not because of the video that I saw the other day. It's because of the whole blind people video. But yeah, I'm with August. I refuse to believe just based on hearsay that he's got this weird Lord of the Flies type game show going on. I do not subscribe to that philosophy at all. I find that it just because somebody is being accused and brought into some allegations on one hand does not mean that we should just believe every bad accusation on the face of it, at face value. So that is what I feel. I am going to this is a 5% volume again. There we go. And we are at the 1 hour mark, so I'm going to quickly do a bathroom break because I think we have an ad break over on Twitch. So if you need to refill your drink or go to the washroom, please do so. Share the stream, and I will be back in a moment. Okay. Let's get ourselves back to a screen where you can see me. Hello. All right. Oops. There we go. We are back on Twitch chat. All right. Now, let's see here. Celebrities shutting down disrespectful interviewers. This seems like it'll be fun. Let's see. I feel like this will be a fun video. Let's hear it.
Sometimes, celebrities just have to put rude interviewers in their place. Like when Matthew McConaughey had a tense face-off with Joy Behar after she interrupted him just to insult his close personal friend, tennis champion Novak Djokovic.
I was happy to be in his box, got to sit behind his parents, which was really awesome to see them when he brings them up and where they started.
I believe
an anti-vaxxer?
I believe so, yeah. Just saying.
Things only got worse when McConaughey's political aspirations came up, with Behar nearly derailing the actor's campaign before it even began.
Do you think you would get elected in Texas being anti-gun?
Fucking Joy Behar, man. What is with her? She is just evil. I swear to God. She's evil and she's stupid at the same time, which makes it worse.
Do I think I could get elected in Texas being anti-gun? One thing about if me in politics is to give you a direct statement right there is be playing a game that I'm not interested in playing.
Okay,
to give you a direct statement right there.
From that moment, McConaughey's aggravation became unmistakable, much like Tom Cruise's reaction when an interviewer posed intrusive questions about his then recent divorce from actress Nicole Kidman.
Well, it was the Scientology thing too, wasn't it?
Was Nicole the love of your life?
What do you mean, Peter?
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's a fairly simple question, Tom.
You were married for 10 years.
Listen, we raised children.
After failing to read the room, the interviewer continued with yet another prying question, prompting Cruise to decisively shut him down.
And do you have a relationship where you talk, it's a parenting relationship, and talk professionally about each other's work?
Listen, here's the thing, Peter. Yeah. You're stepping over a line now. You're stepping over a line. You know you are.
Well, I suppose they're questions that people want to know.
Peter, you want to know. Take responsibility for what you want to know. Don't say what other people. This is a conversation that I'm having with you right now.
You're right.
Oh, shit, Tom. Tom's like, no, asshole. You want to know about the way me and Nicole co-parent. Don't feel like people want to know. Don't give me that bullshit.
Oh, okay. So, I'm just telling you right now. Okay? Just put your manners back in.
Nevertheless, few celebrities have endured greater public humiliation than actress Lindsay Lohan, who was openly mocked about her personal and legal troubles during this widely criticized interview with David Letterman.
I'm sorry, but didn't Lindsay kind of put herself in that position by being, herself?
Aren't you supposed to be in rehab now? And how long will you be in rehab?
3 months.
How many times have you been in rehab?
Several.
And how will this time be different? What are they rehabbing, first of all? What is on their list? What are they going to work on when you walk through the door?
God damn. The fact that people are laughing, like, I feel kind of bad for her. Like, I mean, I do and I don't. You know what I mean? Because it is Lindsay Lohan.
We didn't discuss this in the pre-interview.
No.
The actress appeared on the show to promote her upcoming movie, but found herself desperately trying to steer the interview back on track as Letterman persistently made cruel jokes at her expense.
You have to be in rehab May 2nd. Are you going to be there? You'll be there, right?
Damn.
Who's taking you to rehab? You don't want to talk about that either, right?
Jesus, David, what the fuck? I don't even like Lindsay Lohan. And this is, like, really uncalled for.
When you go to the rehab, what do they do?
We're here for a movie.
We have to what?
Let's stay on the positive.
Oh,
aside from that side of the positive.
Yeah. All right.
Come on now.
Things got so bad that Lohan was actually on the verge of tears, with her voice noticeably shaking as she struggled to maintain her composure.
No, but I don't want people to think that I'm making a joke of that.
No, you shouldn't make a joke of it because this could be good for you. It will be good for you.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah. Have you been to this place?
No, it's not like a joking matter.
No.
But the bullying doesn't stop there, as actor Jonah Hill has faced numerous jokes about his weight in various interviews over the years.
Oh, I didn't know Jonah Hill was what's it called? Overweight. I've never seen an interview with him being made fun of. Let's see.
Jonah, do you think it's important to be unattractive to be funny? Can skinny people be funny?
What the man? You know, I don't understand. Can you just ask a normal question?
Are you the fat guy in Hollywood still? Or is everybody like look at you and they're like, oh wow, you know, this is great, now you're healthy?
Jesus.
Do you have any other questions
Christ.
that are smart?
First of all, you smell good, which is surprising.
Why is that surprising?
I don't know. I just wouldn't think of a guy who would have a nice scent on, and
That's such a like. I'm gonna really work hard to not take that as a shot. You know what I mean?
Similarly, Mad Men's Christina Hendricks hates it when interviewers make comments about her body, with the actress once even shutting down an interview over such a remark.
You have been an inspiration as a full-figured woman.
Oh, ouch. A full-figured woman. That is such an underhanded fucking thing to say. Oh man, that is just so backhanded. Oh, you've been such an inspiration as a full-figured woman. Oh, fuck off.
What is the most inspiring story that you can remember where you've inspired someone? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Despite the awkward moment, the host would make yet another attempt to discuss the actress's figure. However, this time, Hendricks firmly puts her in her place.
You've been known as an inspiration for women, as being a full figure. What is the most... I mean, you just said it again. It's just sort of...
But when it comes to shutting down inappropriate questions, perhaps no one does it better than Tom Hardy, who's...
Oh, Tom Hardy. Oh, he's gonna be good. Take it away,
2015
Tom.
exchange with an intrusive reporter spread like wildfire online.
Your own sexuality seems a bit more ambiguous. Do you find it hard for celebrities to talk to media about their sexuality?
What on earth are you on about?
Despite his visible agitation, Hardy kept his cool, with many commending the actor for the way he assertively set boundaries around his personal life.
But what is your question?
I was wondering if you find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality.
I don't find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality. Are you asking me about my sexuality?
Sure.
Sure, yes. Yes, I am, because I literally have to know exactly what you're doing in the bedroom, because I'm a weirdo.
Why?
Yeah, why? Yeah, I love that. Why? Why are you asking?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Go away. Go away, you creepy person.
But if you thought that clip was cringe-inducing, just wait until you see how Hardy handled another disrespectful interviewer in this next painfully awkward segment.
I have a question for Tom Hardy. Tom, I'll preface my remarks by saying that I have 5 sisters, a wife, a daughter, and a mother, so I know what it's like to be outgunned by estrogen. But I just wanted to ask you, as you were reading the script, did you ever think, why are all these women in here? I thought this was supposed to be a man's movie.
What the fuck? What kind of weird question is that? What kind of weird preface to a weird question is that? Tom Hardy's just like, what?
No. Not for 1 minute. You know what I mean? That's kind of obvious.
Hardy's co-star in The Dark Knight Rises, Anne Hathaway, would also have to silence a rude reporter who appeared to have an unusual fixation on her physical fitness.
Oh God. This is gonna be good. I wish I had known all about all these things. And like, 'cause these are good.
You are in phenomenal shape.
Thank you.
You're very
gracious.
You're always in great shape, but you had to make sure you were in perfect shape for this one, didn't you?
It wasn't about being in perfect shape, it was about being able to do the stunts and the fighting perfectly.
As the interviewer persisted in questioning Hathaway about her physique, she grew increasingly frustrated.
Is there a certain regimen you put yourself
Oh,
through
God.
in terms of the diet?
No, seriously, how did you get so thin? You look so thin. How did you do that? That's what this really is.
The workout. What is the feline fitness
The
regime?
feline fitness.
A lot. It's all the boring stuff that no one ever wants to do. It's just watch what you eat and get yourself to the gym.
Any particular
Are you
workout?
trying to lose weight?
Well,
what's the deal, man? You look great.
No.
No, seriously. We have to talk about this. What do you want? Are you trying to fit into a cat suit?
Yet.
Oh, God. She just freaking nailed that reporter. Why are you asking me about my weight regimen? What do you want to do? Are you trying to lose weight to fit into a cat suit? That's great.
Yet it would be the notoriously hot-tempered chef, Gordon Ramsay, who would unleash his wrath on a gotcha journalist, attempting to ambush him with photos of an allegedly unsatisfactory steak served at one of Ramsay's restaurants.
It's really weird for you to give me a piece of paper, and when you say, am I satisfied that it's a good steak, you have to be a little bit more honest with me on that one. What are you trying to get at?
Ramsay confronted the reporter for the underhanded tactic and expertly explained why ordering a steak well done is just plain wrong.
But you asked for the steak to be cooked well done.
And is that a well done steak?
Oh, come on. What is this? I mean, where can you, I mean, keep on rolling. For legal reasons, this is absolutely crucial. But
smart guy. Smart guy.
How sad is this, that you asked for a steak to be cooked well done? Okay. Now, whatever quality of beef it is, it's gone past any form of taste when you've cooked it well done.
Yep. Even, I really like medium rare. I don't like, I don't like it to be anything past medium rare because I find that the meat dries out at that point. I like it to be cooked, but still juicy. So I go for medium rare.
So you present me with a picture, God bless you, and you say, is that right? I don't eat steak well done. That's your prerogative because you're the customer. But unfortunately, you're never going to identify the quality of a beef when the steak is well cooked. So I'm really sorry to piss on your bonfire, but it's a bit of a stupid question.
I'm really sorry to piss on your bonfire. I like that better than don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. I'm really sorry to piss on your bonfire. That's so much better.
Thank you. Can I give you a paper back?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I thought it was an intelligent interview.
Things got highly personal in this next interview when actor Michael B. Jordan recognized a reporter who just so happened to be a former...
What? And she looked smoking in Rise's holy
classmate who had bullied him before he rose to fame.
And you know, I want to find that cat suit for you. Oh, that would be awesome to wear that.
We know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here.
The situation somehow got even more awkward when Jordan's Creed 3 co-star Jonathan Major showed up, with the interviewer quickly making him uncomfortable.
Isn't this the sexiest man show off right here? Who's the sexiest man? Because now who's the sexiest?
Speaking of bullies, recent years have seen numerous reports about Ellen DeGeneres' alleged toxic behavior backstage.
Oh yeah, everyone says Ellen is horrible. I've heard that Ellen is just absolutely just abhorrent to people off camera and even on camera.
Makes this clip of actress Dakota Johnson putting her in her place all the more satisfying.
You turned 30.
I did.
And how was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. Last time I was on the show, last year, you gave me a bunch of about not inviting you, but...
Ooh, shit.
I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
Well, who doesn't want to be invited to a party?
Well, I didn't even know you liked me.
Oh shit, Dakota. I don't even know who Dakota Johnson is, but she was just like, nope, you're lying. You're lying. I invited you.
Of course I like you. You knew I liked you. You've been on the show many times, and don't I show like?
Wow.
Yeah, but I did invite you and you didn't come. So
this time you invited me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you know? I don't think so.
Ask everybody.
Oh.
Johnson humiliated DeGeneres like no one has before, sparking media speculation about the true nature of their relationship due to the tense exchange.
But Tig Notaro performed at your party?
She did.
She did a set?
She did. It was a surprise.
What did she do?
A bunch of funny stuff.
She's hilarious.
She's my favorite comedian.
Oh. Oh, damn, Ellen, you just got fucking burned, man. Holy shit. Other than you.
This next clip is undoubtedly the most bizarre, as Jim Carrey would completely shut down a reporter attempting to interview him at New York Fashion Week 2017.
Oh, come on, give us Jim Carrey before Jim Carrey went insane, please.
With the actor launching into a rant that has since become infamous.
There's no meaning to any of this, so I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am. I mean, you got to admit, it's completely meaningless.
Although the reporter tried to
It's
provide
completely
context for the event to Carrie, he would scoff at her explanation, expressing his disbelief in fashion icons or in anything else for that matter.
Then why are you there, dude?
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons,
in
boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with.
Dude, are you even aware of what you're upset about? It's like he's just trying to come up with things to be mad about, and he doesn't actually understand what is, why Fashion Week is a thing. Why is he even at Fashion Week if he thinks it's stupid?
It's like...
Just to tell them it's stupid?
Icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist. I don't believe in icons.
I don't think
believe
that
in
you
personalities.
exist.
I believe that peace lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise.
What the fuck have you been eating shrooms?
Beyond the red S that you wear on your chest that makes bullets bounce off. I believe that it's deeper than that. I believe we're a field of energy dancing for itself.
Oh boy. Jim Carrey's been taking ayahuasca.
And, I don't
Carrey later explained that his erratic behavior stemmed from an existential crisis he experienced that year.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like an existential rant. That sounds like a drug-induced rant.
During which he grappled with his sense of identity.
Who did?
There is no me.
There's no you.
No.
We're not here. This is a dream.
There's just things happening.
There is no... What are you are you trying to, are you having a real life Truman Show moment there, Carrie?
And there are clusters of tetrahedrons
I feel like he's having a real life
together.
Truman Show moment.
Yeah.
So what's happening in our world right now? Because there is a lot of news that actually is relevant that's not that
Here's
uplifting.
the thing. It's not our world.
None
That's
of this
the
is
key.
real?
Nope.
So you're just passing
We don't
through.
matter. We don't matter.
Oh,
We don't
wow.
matter.
Okay.
In this
The reporter's like, okay, I'm gonna back away from you now, you crazy person. I'm a little bit scared. Oh my god. This, like I said, can we see Jim Carrey before he went insane? Carrie's there because they got the good coke-soaked Molly-infused mushrooms. Oh, that's very true. That's how he's acting, though.
In this next painful clip, you'll see a reporter attempting to flirt with actress Megan Fox, only for her to uncomfortably shut it down.
I don't know if there's I don't know if there's a man alive who's not in love with you in some way.
Weird.
You're so silly.
You know what I'm am I really?
You're a silly
No,
man.
I'm not silly at all.
You're a silly man in a checkered shirt.
I am not.
You're a silly man in a checkered shirt. Oh my god. I am literally picturing Megan Fox in the Natara freaking skin. You are a silly man in a checkered shirt.
Wow.
This interview has not aged well, as Fox has since openly addressed her experiences with objectification in Hollywood.
I don't think you're flirting with me. I'm kidding.
Oh, dude.
And speaking of interviews that aged poorly, back in 2009, host Matt Lauer faced significant backlash for inappropriate comments he made towards Sandra Bullock regarding a scene in her film, The Proposal, in which she appeared nude.
The major thing that's changed since you were here last?
Yes.
I have now seen you naked.
Ah! I have now seen you naked. That's what he sounds like. Like, oh, Jesus, you weirdo. God, why do you have to say it like that? Oh, God, and that creepy producer's laugh in the background.
Why are you looking down?
This was later followed by allegations of sexual misconduct against Matt Lauer in 2017, leading to his unceremonious dismissal from NBC News.
I watched it last night. It is a lot of fun. Did I mention you have a nude scene in this movie?
Pretty much.
Dude, that's literally the only thing you've talked about.
From the time you opened your mouth. Yeah.
Sandra Bullock, come back more often.
No, not after this interview.
Now, when it comes to interviews, actor Joaquin Phoenix is notoriously hesitant to engage with the press, often displaying his frustration with repetitive questions throughout his media tour for the 2019 film Joker.
The movie obviously is about the Joker, but it goes beyond that. It's really about the mental state he was in. Can you tell me a little bit about what research or what kind of what you did to prepare for this? Because this was really an intense performance. What was kind of the process of getting into that mindset?
Isn't this old news?
Oh my God! I love that because they ask that basically of every person that plays the Joker.
Isn't this old news? I feel like I've talked about this for 6 months.
Phoenix initially dismissed the question as old news before eventually offering a sarcasm-fueled response.
And thank you so much for asking that question. My publicist is telling me I just need to go home.
And speaking of bad questions, director Quentin Tarantino once flipped out on a reporter who asked him if he believed movies had the potential to incite real-world violence.
Well, I would flip out too, because no, they don't. That's like saying that music has the potential to to incite real-world violence.
Why are you so sure that there's no link between enjoying movie violence and enjoying real violence?
I'm going to tell you why I'm so sure. Do not ask me a question like that. I'm not biting. I refuse your question.
Good.
Why?
Because I refuse your question. I'm not your slave and you're not my master. You can't make me dance to your tune. I'm not a monkey.
I can't make you answer anything. I'm asking you interesting questions.
And I'm saying I refuse.
Okay. Well, no, I was just asking you why. That's fine.
After his explosive exchange with Tarantino, one might assume that interviewer Krishnan Guru Murthy had learned his lesson. However, he later found himself in a heated confrontation with actor Robert Downey Jr. by ambushing him with an unexpected question about his political views.
What I'd really like to ask you about a quote you gave to the New York Times. And I don't want to pry, so if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. But what you said to the New York Times once was, it was after your incarceration, and you said, you can't go from a $2,000 a night hotel suite to a penitentiary and understand it and come out a liberal. Does that mean you're not a liberal, or that you came out of prison not being liberal?
Are we promoting a movie?
I love that, like, because they try to change and make these politics things when people are promoting movies, and it's like, why are we doing, like, we're here to promote a movie. Why are we talking about my ideologies? Like, this is stupid.
Despite RDJ's efforts to remain diplomatic, his blood boiled when Krishnan started delving into his personal life, leading to an unforgettable response.
You've talked in other interviews again about your relationship with your father and the role of all of that in, the dark periods you went through and taking drugs and drinking and all of that. And I just wondered...
He's getting angry. You can hear it in his breathing.
Whether, you think you're free of all of that, or whether that's still something...
I'm sorry. I really don't... what are we doing?
Well, I'm just asking questions. That's all.
Well, I'm just asking questions. That's all. No, you're prying into things that have nothing to do with the movie promotion, dude.
Right.
Okay, that's okay.
Bye.
Thank you
Oh,
guys.
I'm sorry.
Take your mic.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
You seem okay. It's just getting a little Diane Sawyer. You're
No, look, I didn't want to do...
Just getting a little Diane Sawyer. Ooh. Oh, boy.
Robert Downey Jr. would later blast Krishnan, labeling him as a bottom feeder and stating, "We're promoting Avengers. A lot of kids are going to see it. This has nothing to do with your creepy, dark agenda that I'm feeling like all of a sudden ashamed and obligated to accommodate your weirdo shit."
Jesus. Tell me how you really feel, RDJ. Whew. That is pretty rough. Alright, let's move on here. That was pretty cool. Trans women versus women. Ooh, let's do the Abba and preach. Yes. Let's do that. Because I love watching these. Because their reactions are hilarious. Okay. Now, let's see here. What I need is a little bit more coffee. So I'm just going to quickly, let's check Twitch chat, because I think we should be having an ad break here. I just want to make sure. I think we should be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're at ad break time. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go fill up my coffee, and I shall return. Okay. Told you I'd be back real quick. Let's... Blood. I was gonna say, let's go back. Let's go back to solo cam. let's see here. Driving Ape has used 2 bits. Okay. And there are some emojis from Cannibalistic Snorlax. Hello, people. Alright. So, we are going to jump over to our Ava and Preach video. This is really weird. I am having like the weirdest like brain zap feeling, but I took my meds and everything today. It's very strange. I don't like it. I really do not like the feeling I'm feeling at the moment. Okay, let's switch over to our live scene. And we'll push play on our video. Ah, fucking volume. Let's fix that. Okay.
So this is an interaction I think that I believe is happening in New York. This trans person claims that the black woman behind the camera had ran into them, and so there you have it.
Okay.
Ran into me.
You ran into me. Oh my god, why do they all have to talk like that?
Because you're a transphobe and you're having a bad life.
I have trans friends.
So why
You ran into me. You ran into me because you're a transphobe and you're having a bad day. Why do they always have to talk like that?
did you walk into me like that?
You're looking for problems and you're purposely
Am I?
antagonizing me.
Am I?
So I'm
Am
gonna
I?
give you a
Am
minute
I?
and then
Am
you're
I? Look at, you can hear her getting closer to this lady with the camera.
The cops. Because you was going in that direction and now you're following me to this location.
Because you,
and I'm
you
gonna stand
walked
here
into
for
me,
1 minute.
You antagonized me.
Okay, what's
and
your
you're,
name?
You're a black woman calling a
What's
cops
your
on
name?
a trans woman.
You're a black woman calling the cops on a trans woman. Dude, you're literally accusing this woman of walking into you because she's transphobic. Like, how crazy can you be? It was an accident. Right? Like, holy shit, that's insane. That would be like me yelling at somebody who accidentally bumped into me and saying, you bumped into me because you hate blind people. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's insane.
And I just want you to
What's
think.
your name?
I want you to think about that.
Okay,
I really do hate like all the identity victimhood. Like,
Yep.
you're a black woman who understands oppression and you're deciding to call the cops on a trans woman. You should know better, honey.
Yeah, that identity politics bullshit has to stop.
We're on the same layer, bitch. We're on the same layer. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Oppression, white supremacy, all that is pressing down on us. And even though we're at the bottom of this layer, you want to call the cops on me and press down harder?
But now you just called the black woman a bitch. That's crazy.
And you're talking back to me as a black man and patriarchy. How dare you?
Oh.
You understand how hard it is for me to walk through life as a trans person, and then you want to sit here and lecture me on camera, sir?
You want to keep this? You want to make it harder? Keep us up.
Pause.
Oh, I love the way these two play off of each other. Holy shit. It's why I love watching these videos.
Pause.
You want to make it harder?
Yo, lightning. Pause. Raiden. Pause.
You want to make it harder.
That was crazy thing to say to a trans person because you don't even know what I got going on. And you just drop that shit. You want to make it harder. That's crazy.
I want you to think about that.
Okay,
You're a black woman calling the cops
Go ahead.
on a trans woman.
Continue to walk.
And I want you to think about that.
We're at 37 seconds.
I'm gonna pray for you.
I'm going to.
I'm gonna pray for you. Oh my god, you fucking. Oh, I hate when people say that. I'm gonna pray for you. They are so condescending.
Because I
I'm going to stop recording at 1 minute, and I'm going to call the cops if you're still in my area.
pray for my
Because I feel antagonized right now, so continue.
I pray for the people who persecute me every night.
I
Because I'm a
pray
Christian
for the
woman.
people who
God
persecute
bless
me
you.
every
And I-
night. Dude, she accidentally bumped into you. How is that persecution? What the fuck? How is this persecution?
Okay, whatever example you're trying to make of me, I hope you enjoy that.
Learn how to behave.
I hope
on the
you
sidewalk.
enjoy that.
Learn how to behave
bless
on
you.
the sidewalk. It was an
I like when people do shit
accident.
like that. That's just funny to me. Shall we?
This is not.
No.
This is not a black trans issue.
No.
A trans people or a black. This is people trying to have the last word issue.
Yep.
That's what it is. That has nothing to do with trans. That has nothing to do with black. This is of motherfuckers trying to have the last word.
Yep.
It's like when I'm driving my car and you cut me off and I honk, and now you get out of your car and I'm like, yo, if you was such in a hurry, but
Why
now
are
you
you
got the
getting
time
out of
to
your
do all
car?
this.
Yeah.
You got the time to do all this.
Yep. Yep. If you're in such a big deal and such a big rush, why are you taking the time to stop and have an argument with somebody?
Now I gotta get out of my car and teach you some lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to have the last word?
Yes, because I'm part of the problem too. I don't want to be. I don't want to be part of the solution.
Okay,
if you're
I
like
take
that,
back my bitch.
if you're like
I
that,
take back my, you don't want to be part of the problem. You want to be the whole problem.
The
You want
whole
to be the
problem.
whole table.
The whole table.
Yeah.
I want problems. Always.
And then on top of being the table, guess what I'm gonna do? Flip it on you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, and I used to get out of my car really more often. Now I just the minute you get out of your car, I drive off.
And you know what? I know a lot of you guys in my viewership don't believe in transness, but this is the exact same kind of time where I think you as men should definitely believe in transness. Because, yo, this is a ladies' problem. It's not us. All I see is two ladies arguing in the street. Ain't in my business.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Why do we want to keep the problem?
Yes. Here.
Lean this way.
Huh?
Lean this way.
Eh.
Mwah.
I love you.
Love you. Whatever's gonna work.
You're all vinegary.
Well, my problem is I have trained you too well with hot sauce. Not hot enough, huh?
Nope.
Okay, cayenne pepper next time. Elijah's it is.
No.
Problematic people. Let them switch gender and let them go handle over there. You know what I'm saying? Why you fellas fucking self-snitching? Just he's a fucking weirdo that we gotta deal with. Let the ladies have this. You know it makes sense. Don't look at me like that. That's why I don't understand these guys who like every time some creepy motherfucker comes out the woodwork, you're like, oh fucking jerk. Shut your mouth, nigga. Shut up. He's one of them. Just saying.
You're stupid.
Oh my god, I love these two. You can so tell they're friends.
Oh, let her do her thing. Let her fight with these ladies. Let's go watch.
Okay.
Enjoying the show.
Are you enjoying the show?
Yeah, I can hear you. She's walking away.
And you're following. Oh my God!
Jesus Christ! Of course, they, she, he, it, them, zim, zim, dim is following them.
I feel antagonized.
Yeah, I can hear you. She's walking away.
You following me. You're currently following me.
You hit me on the sidewalk.
I'm just letting you know.
You hit me on the sidewalk. Oh my god. Oh my god, you hit me on the sidewalk.
I called the cops.
I'm filing a police report against you for
I'm filing. Oh my god.
So wait. You critiqued her for calling the police on a trans woman, and then you decided to call the police on a black woman.
Yep. Well, it's fine for her to call the police on a black woman because she's a trans woman. But it's not okay for the black woman to call the police on the trans woman because she's a trans woman. Don't you understand how this works, Ava? Don't you get it?
None of these things, you realize they're not principled positions. These people, they just use their identity as leverage in a conversation.
Of course.
And any kind of problem. That's it. That's all that came down to. She mentioned her transness. She mentioned her blackness to win an argument. That's it. And she don't care about these actual issues. She just wants to win the argument.
That's it.
That's it. At the end, she ended up doing the exact thing she critiqued her for.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
bitch. I know my rights.
You're ugly.
And you're calling.
Yep.
Okay, I have this on recording.
Go ahead.
I haven't called.
You're ugly. Really? That's where you're gonna go with this? She hasn't called you one name. She hasn't pointed out anything to do with your identity. You're like, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, and she's just like, you're insane, trans person.
Called you.
You're ugly.
And you're called. Okay, I have this all on recording.
Go ahead.
I haven't called you
Put it
any
on
ill words.
TikTok. I don't
haven't
care.
called you any ill words. I haven't offended you in any
hit
way.
me on the sidewalk
and you're
with your body.
following me.
You hit me.
Honey.
It's not honey anymore. Bitch. It's not honey. It's not honey.
It's not honey, it's vinegar.
Yay! Yay!
Oh, Jesus
That was
Christ.
crazy.
It's not honey anymore,
Yo,
bitch.
trans women in 2024 went right back to Victorian times. Bitch looked like Napoleon when she took that shit off.
Yep.
She looked like she was about to challenge you to a fencing match. She looked like she was about to hit you with that. Hold up, where's that shit at? She looked like she about to hit you with that. I challenge you to a duel.
With the glove slap, baby glove slap.
Yeah, that's
Glove
what shit. When that
slap,
hair came
shut your
out,
big
it was
trap.
going in 3 different directions like antennas, nigga. That was great.
The glove?
That's that Napoleon
Glove
shit. Yo,
slap,
facts.
baby.
Yeah. I don't know if that's how they used to do it back in the day.
They used to do it in the face, and I appreciate for you not slapping me with it because
Nah, I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah, it would have been a problem. It would have been the 40 though.
Okay. I've been that awkward silence of being like,
yeah.
Did I go too far?
Honey. It's not honey.
Anne Hathaway, Jordan.
We're just gonna
He was
patiently
saying that
wait for
Anne
the
Hathaway
Yes,
was
we are.
smoking hot in
This
Dark Knight
is
Rises.
Getting.
You're a hypocrite.
It's
You're
getting
a
a
liberal
little bit more
hypocrite. And
aggressive.
you're yeah, I am aggressive. I have PTSD, bitch.
Okay.
I'm aggressive because I have PTSD. Dude, you got bumped into on the sidewalk. What the fuck?
Apologize.
You blurp when I say it, but if she want to call herself that, you know what it is, all right? I don't want no problem on YouTube.
Hey, if she want to call herself a transition. Vroom, vroom.
I apologize.
Vroom.
I'm
That's
sorry.
what you should be doing. You should be deleting that f***ing video.
I will not, because I feel.
I have a lawyer. I have 2 and 3 lawyers, honey.
I
will
have
sue
a
your
lawyer.
parents.
I have 2 and 3 lawyers. Well, how many do you have? 1, 2, or 3?
This, whenever people say they have lawyers and they're going to
don't.
sue you, they don't.
No.
They don't.
They don't.
There's a reason why you're on the street walking. There's a reason why you look broke. There's a reason why that wig looked cheap. Listen, you need to stop talking about seeing a lawyer. You need to go see your financial advisor and see a dentist. Okay.
And also see a therapist, apparently, because you have PTSD that's so bad that when people walk into you on the sidewalk, you lose your shit.
And then you need to see Jesus for therapy. Okay. You need all them things. Okay.
That has nothing to do.
I know I joked about you looking like Napoleon. You should not have his teeth. That's crazy. 2024. You got toothbrushes.
I risk my life every day getting ready in the morning, and you have the.
I risk my life every day getting ready in the morning. Dude, this isn't 1950. This is 2024. No, the fuck you don't.
Charity to hit me with your body.
I don't know if you guys.
This is exactly the shit I was saying earlier. I leave my house every
You
day
have
as
the
a trans
temerity
person.
to hit
You
me
know
with
how
your
difficult-
body.
Yeah, bro, they
Oh my
all use the same
Lord.
fucking playbook when they be whining and shit.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but my hands are shaking because I have anxiety currently because of this individual.
Yeah, Dark
Bro, I hate
Knight
all the
Rises
people.
Anne Hathaway as Catwoman.
Well, for right now. Bro, everybody,
everybody.
you know,
Everybody hate involved.
me, if I got a problem, I just walk away. This
Yeah.
lady staying here, and she's talking about she got anxiety. Just take control of your life and walk away.
Yes.
This person didn't hit you. They didn't steal. They're just yelling at you. Leave. They're a crazy person. But you want to stay there, record, and cry about, I got anxiety, bro.
Well, I do feel that this woman should be recording because she did try to walk away and the trans lady followed her.
Bro, this generation whining about anxiety, PTSD all the time just makes me
Yup.
so annoyed because it doesn't sound real 90% of the time. So it makes me not believe it, even if it is real.
It's true. It's true. The Gen Z hides behind mental health, and most of them don't understand what actual mental health issues are, and the other half that do understand what mental health issues are don't want to fucking fix their mental health issues. They just want to be like, oh my god, I'm so fucked up and I need to find myself and I hate this life and okay, well, here's how to get better. Fuck that! Just like, okay, what? It's like Gen Z is just, I don't understand Gen Z and Gen Alpha.
It's so unfortunate. I wish somebody would take away their mental health words pass.
Mm-hmm.
From all of them. They should not be allowed to use it if they haven't seen a doctor.
Yep.
I hate when people use it, but go on.
This is a nigga moment. Without niggas.
This is not a nigga moment. This is a they them moment.
But it's like, I don't lose my shit all the time if people bump into me because yes, it is rude, but it's not always, what's the word? It's not always on purpose. You can tell. Like, even as a blind person, you can tell when it's on purpose and by accident when somebody bumps into you. So I'm generally okay with it if it happens. I'll always apologize because it's generally, like, I generally say, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Because usually it's true. If I bump into somebody, it's because I'm kind of lost in thought and I'm not really listening for what's around me, and I don't hear that somebody is in my vicinity and I bump into them. So I will usually take the initiative to apologize and just say, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
You know what that is, right? Because the nigga was like when two, and they bump each other. Yo, what's up, fool? And they just shooting, but they all miss each other from like 2 meters away. Okay, but now let's do a they them moment.
Oh my god.
My surgically enhanced titties. You have the temerity. This is how you walk into like
my surgically enhanced titties.
Like this is how you walk.
You can't talk to me like that. I got PTSD, anxiety. I got PPD. You can't do that. You can't do that. You move too quick.
We have a problem. First off, before I let you know what it is.
You can't wave your hands in the face of an autistic person.
Oh my god, this is amazing. I fucking love this.
I'm on the spectrum.
I'm gonna put you in your place first. What are your pronouns?
They are they, them.
Bitch. Like I was saying.
This it really feels like a Yu-Gi-Oh fight.
Don't ever disrespect my Yu-Gi-Oh shit. Nah. That shit was fire.
Nah.
That was great.
They got the deck right here, shling, and then they just throwing cards. Bang,
bam, 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 bam. Yep.
Let's.
I got PTSD. I got anxiety.
You've activated my chat.
I'm a black woman. You call the cops. I call the cops. Stew.
It's true. It's like fucking Magic the Gathering with all the power cards you're just throwing out. Oh yeah, I've got this. Oh yeah, well I counter with this.
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh. It's a Magic.
My hands are
Thank
shaking
you.
because I have
Thank you,
anxiety
Preach.
currently because of this individual is not leaving me alone.
You need therapy. And
Oh,
what?
yeah,
You're better
she
off in the
needs
hood
therapy.
Because the hood
Yep.
people, they know how to act.
Okay.
They know how we treat each other. You went to Bard. You have a master's. You have an MBA.
I am
and you're
currently
a lot
starting
of
to
bunch of
shake
white
more
bitches
because
up
this
in some
individual would
fucking
not
thing.
leave me alone.
Oh yes, you sound like you're shaking, dude. You sound like a robot. You're like, I am currently starting to shake more because this person will not leave me alone. It's like, no, you are not. What the fuck? You sound so calm.
You!
Someone wrote, it's not honey anymore. It's male pattern baldness. It's male pattern baldness. That's why. Someone else wrote, a man dressed as a female telling someone they need therapy is crazy. Oh, they're going hard on this.
Well, it's like they don't take responsibility for their mental illness. It's true. It's very, very true. The amount of young people that if they do have a mental illness, they're just like, oh, I'm mentally ill, so you have to deal with how I act. And it's like, no, I'm dealing with bipolar and trying to get my anxiety under control right now. That doesn't mean that I'm allowed to just fly off the handle and act like a fool because I have trouble with my emotions, right? That means I have to work harder and adapt to the fact that I have to work harder to control my emotions. And I can be like, I'm sorry that I reacted this way because I am having trouble with that today. But I can't just be like, oh, I'm bipolar and have anxiety, so I'm going to treat you like a piece of shit. Sorry. It's like, no, that's not how that works.
Ground because you hit me with your body.
You hit me with your body.
Don't you dare.
Thank you.
Don't you dare, you white woman.
Don't you dare, woman. Wow. Fucking tell me that you are just taking over being a woman by becoming a trans woman without telling me.
Yeah.
Don't you dare, woman. Holy fuck.
Woman.
Okay, I'm Puerto Rican.
She hit me.
You okay?
She assaulted me, and she's recording me.
And what you're doing right now makes that okay?
I love the counselor voice. And what are you doing right now? Is that okay?
But that's New York.
Are you okay?
You're an AFAB non-binary.
Do you know that? Do you know?
You're an AFAB non-binary bitch. Oh, okay.
AFAB non-binary.
Do you know that?
You live in Bushwick.
Do you know that?
You live in Bushwick, Kenny. Go ahead. This is gonna blow up on TikTok. I already have a social media following. You think I care?
What the fuck does this have to do? What does social media have to do with anything? You're insane. You are insane, lady.
We need to find that.
We need to find that.
Message me.
I
have to do a
agree.
follow-up on it.
I agree.
love this. I'm a based psycho tranny, and you're a hypocrite.
Yes, you are a psycho tranny. Good job. Good for admitting that. Based, however, no, you are not based. You are woke as fuck.
You're a liberal hypocrite.
The choice.
I'm a base psycho. What? Yo, she really used white woman as an insult, and she's trying to be one. That shit's crazy, bro.
She is. She's not only that, but she's using all the buzzwords. This feels like she's like a 4chan troll.
All right, let's go to the last one. See if the cops show up. Because there's like 3 more, and I don't want to watch all these.
I didn't.
You did.
I didn't.
You did. You know what you did, and I know what you did.
I didn't.
And you're a hypocrite. You're not a trans ally. You're a hater.
You're not a
woman
trans
You're an
ally.
insecure narcissist.
Who cares?
And you need therapy.
She's a narcissist because she bumped into you.
PTSD from being assaulted by people like
Oh,
you.
fuck off.
And by that I mean insecure assholes.
Yes. Yes. Insecure assholes who accidentally bump into you on the sidewalk. I'm gonna try and remember to fix the ads. Okay. I feel like it wasn't the black chick who did the bumping. Nah, I kind of feel like you might be right about that. I really, really feel like you might be right about that. I feel like this trans woman probably bumped into the black lady and is now carrying on like an insane person.
I'm not a racist, in case you're gonna racist trans woman attacks me on sidewalk. You assaulted me on the sidewalk, and then you called the cops
think I
on
see
me.
lights coming down.
Good.
Hey, Costin.
I looked better than you, and you couldn't handle it because you have internalized misogyny, internalized femphobia.
Femophobia? Femophobia. Bitch, you sound like a gay man. You don't sound like a woman. What the fuck?
Mirrors have exited the chat. Mirrors. I was not going to talk about your looks.
But since you're really comfortable about talking to other people about other people's looks,
yeah, listen.
Go in, nigga.
I know you still transitioning. You got a
Yep.
long way to go.
Yeah.
You sound like you have a long way to go. You do not sound like you are a woman.
You're an angry young lady. You're an angry young woman, and I really wish we could be friends.
You sound
But that
way
does not give you
angrier
the right
than
to
she
hit
does.
me on the sidewalk, which is what she did.
We could be friends. And now they're using that thing I hate the most that they do, that fake empathy.
Yeah. I see. I understand what Abba means. That fake, you know. I really liked. I think we could have been friends had you not been such a misogynistic transphobe for bumping into me by accident.
That fake like, oh, I'm gonna show them kindness because I'm a good person.
You did all this shit. You're not.
Just shut up.
You did all this crazy fucking shit.
Shut up. See, it's not even about the argument now. It's a performance for everyone else, so
Yeah.
that they can agree.
It was never.
And everyone who walked by was not with it. And you know what it is? The more that they use this kind of lingo of anti this, phobia that, phobia this, like people been tuning that shit out. They don't care like they used to.
Nope. They do not. It is people. The minute they hear that type of talk, they're like, oh, here we go. Here we go again with this transphobia, homophobia, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a fuck?
It's not effective anymore. You know, that shit that used to work in 2016, we not with it no more. Nobody cares. Honestly, when I see people talking like that and using all those words in chain succession, it probably tells me that they're indoctrinated and they're a waste of time to talk to. If you can't have a civil conversation without using 1,000 of those fucking psych terms and new age fucking university terms, nobody gonna care. I don't care. I don't even remember what the argument is about. And I remember hating both of you at the beginning, but now I hate you. That's it. That's what I think. Anything else from you?
No.
Anyways, we'll give you guys an update. We find one. We'll see what happened with the whole.
I
police
definitely
thing,
don't like
that's it for
either
today,
one of
man.
these people, but I like the trans woman
Ladies,
less.
you guys gotta sort yourselves out. You gotta do better. We don't want to see you guys arguing, fighting in the streets like that. We don't want to see you guys oppressing each other. Stop it. Anything else? I told you, I support trans. I don't care. People don't get it. Like, you guys are just on level 1 level of argumentation. You guys are just actually fighting against yourselves.
What level
That's,
you at?
Me?
Yeah. What level you at?
I'm at level T.
I'm level T. Oh, Abba, that's funny. I like that. I like that. That's too funny. What was I gonna say? Let's see here. Oh. Eh. Whew. All right. So, I'm going to stand up and do a stretch. Because I need to. Oh, hello, neck popping and cracking. Oh. Oh. So, let's see here. I want to take a look at this financial audit before we end the stream. Because this, I have a feeling, like, not all of these are... Oh, no, screw that. We're going to look at the nuclear testing. I want to listen to Nick talk about Operation Plum Bob. What a silly name. Sounds like plum bum, you know, the Latin word for lead. Operation Plum Bum or Plum Bob. Oh, I know I'm silly. I am silly. I apologize. Okay. Let's do this thing. Let's see what... Oh, I have to put it back on live scene. There we go. Oh, god damn it. 5% volume again. There we go.
Okay, I finally got around to doing that video on that time America launched a manhole cover in outer space with a nuclear bomb, and it turns out that's actually the lesser of two interesting parts of this story, because America also dropped a nuclear bomb on top of 6 people to prove that nukes were safe.
America dropped a bomb
on top of 6 people to prove that nukes were safe.
On top of 6 people. They're like, we're just gonna nuke 6 people to prove that it's safe. Yeah, okay.
Today we're talking about Operation Plum Bob. The professional way to explain it would be to say that it is a bunch of nuclear testing that was carried out by the United States government in the late 1950s in the deserts of Nevada. However, in reality, it is more akin to the United States government dicking off with nuclear warheads in the desert like they're a bunch of rednecks on 4th of July with fireworks.
Like I said, the book I read a couple of months back called Diablo Mesa was talking about the nuclear tests out in Nevada and how how a person had been caught in one of the tests and basically surrounding that, and it was an interesting read.
We'll shoot fireballs at. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Oh, Nicholas.
Oh, God.
Is this my Father's Day present?
Well, I do have a surprise for you.
What's that?
Our credit cards are maxed out. I'm gonna need you to fix it. I'd like to go shopping.
This video is brought to you by Henson's Shaving. Okay, here's the deal. Henson's is a family-owned machine shop that makes parts for the aerospace industry. There's literally parts on the Mars rover that these guys made.
Okay,
and
that's
one day
cool.
they woke up and they're like, hey, we're just gonna make the most precise safety razor on the market. And this is it. This is all they sell. It comes in aluminum or titanium. If you want to pay extra, it comes with a little stand. And then they also sell the razor blades, so you have a one-stop shop. Not because their razor blades are proprietary, because this thing will take any shaving razor blade on the market. You don't have to buy their proprietary cartridge. You don't have to sign up for a monthly delivery thing. No, you buy this one time and then you can put any 5-cent razor in it and shave.
Okay, that is cool.
So the product itself is fantastic, but more importantly,
Hello, Costin over on Twitch.
a YouTuber does an ad like this, they get sent a little media packet full of talking points, what to say, what not to say, and so on. Now, I'm not supposed to disclose this, but the brief that I got for Henson's basically said there is no script, do whatever you want, we trust you. Also, in the first paragraph, they said this, quote, if for whatever reason you don't get a good shave with our product, please let us know. If we can't help you, then don't endorse us. We think we've made one of the very best razors in the world. If you disagree, we'd rather not ask you for a non-genuine endorsement. So the razor's great, and this is the type of company you actually want to give your money to. I'm going to have a link for them down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, Operation Plum Bob takes place in 1957. There was a total of 29 nuclear explosions, and they were testing all kinds of different stuff. They had biomedical testing going on with pigs, seeing how radiation affected them and at what distance. Then they were covering the pigs with blankets, seeing what materials blocked the radiation, what materials didn't. They also conducted experiments on 18,000 U.S. service members, basically having them dig a trench off in the distance and hide in it while they detonated a nuclear warhead to see how they held up. And then they had different buildings and structures built out of different materials, trying to see which building materials blocked radiation the best and which ones blocked them the worst. Now, when this started, all the bombs that were being detonated off the top of a tower or from a high-altitude weather balloon. They were just detonating nuclear warheads into the open atmosphere. What could possibly go wrong, right?
Right, exactly. And of course, who did they have working on these nuclear bombs? A lot of German scientists, of course.
Right. And the important context here is that it's 1957. The world became aware of nuclear weapons 12 years prior at the end of World War II, and a couple years after that, the USSR had their own nuclear weapons. We are well off into the Cold War, and nuclear hysteria is at an all-time high. So by this point in time, the American general public doesn't just understand that nuclear weapons make a really big boom, they also, to some degree, also understand radiation and nuclear fallout. So everybody kind of understands what's going on at this point. I mean, they've even got cartoon turtles teaching kids what to do in case a nuclear bomb gets dropped near them.
God damn it, really? Turtles?
in case a nuclear bomb gets dropped near them.
And cover.
So naturally, whenever...
Oh my god! Duck and cover! Yes! Duck and cover from the nuclear bomb. Everything will be fine.
Everybody finds out the government is strapping nukes to balloons and blowing them up in the desert, there's quite a bit of concern, you know, like, hey,
yeah, you
maybe
think?
that's a bad idea. And then everybody finds out this is actually how the government's planning on protecting them from a nuclear strike from the Soviet Union, by taking one of our nukes and blowing up the Soviet nuke in the sky right above everybody's heads. Ladies and gentlemen, the Genie air-to-air missile. Okay, you gotta remember, this is the 1950s. There's no intercontinental ballistic missile that can reach from the Soviet Union into America yet. So this means that the only nuclear strike risk really comes from Soviet bombers flying into America and dropping their bombs. So we gotta be ready to shoot down these planes, right? Obviously. Problem, again, it's the 1950s. There's no sophisticated anti-air systems yet, okay? There's not really any air-to-air missiles that our fighter jets can shoot accurately. So, the going theory was that we're going to use this nuclear fucking missile and shoot it at an entire formation of Soviet planes and blow all of them up at once.
Oh, yes, that should work. One nuclear missile for a whole bunch of planes.
Okay, and on a rudimentary level, this makes complete sense, right? If you can't be accurate, you increase the margin of error.
Right.
If you're not good with shooting a pistol, maybe grab a shotgun. It's easier to hit your target. However, what they've went and done with the Genie missile might be a little bit of overkill, because what they've essentially said is, well, I'm not very accurate with air-to-air missiles for shooting down planes, so instead, I've opted to create a spawn point for the fucking sun. So now
yeah, pretty much. I can't select my targets really, so I'm just gonna go full God mode and just nuke everybody.
Naturally, now everybody's absolutely terrified, and the government's like, guys, calm down. It's gonna be completely fine. There's no, you know what? I'll just prove it to you. Give me 5 volunteers and a camera guy, but don't tell him what he's doing. On July 19th, 1957, the United States government detonated a Genie air-to-air nuclear missile with a 1.5 kiloton warhead directly above the heads of 5 U.S. service members that volunteered to be there, and a camera guy that was not informed of what he was doing until a couple hours beforehand.
So what am I doing here exactly? Oh, well, in about 2 hours, we are going to set off a nuclear warhead, and you are going to film it, and you are going to film what happens to these 5 soldiers. Well, wait a minute. What if something happens to me? Oh, don't worry about it. What? Wait. Isn't there more to that sentence? No. Just don't worry about it. Chop, chop, get ready, set up your things. What?
I'm out. What? You cannot pull out of this. I'm pulling out. We're way too deep to pull out. I'm pulling out. No, we are not. You're leaving it in. I've been pulling out for years, son.
And in your head, you're probably picturing like 5 dudes in hazmat suits with a welding mask on. No, it's literally 5 bros in their military uniforms standing in the middle of the desert with no glasses, making direct eye contact with a nuclear explosion, while one of them is holding a sign that says Ground Zero, Population 5, because that shit's funny.
Oh my god, really? Ground Zero, Population 5. Oh my god, please tell me that's a joke, Nick. Please, Nick, please tell me that's a joke and that wasn't actually a thing that happened. Cause that's just too on the news. On the nose. What the fuck? That's a little bit too on the nose.
We felt a heat pulse, a very bright light, a fireball. It is red. The sky looks black about it. It is boiling above us there. It is rapidly losing its color. There is the ground wave. It is over, folks. It is tremendous. Directly above our heads. It is losing its black above a very bright light.
Holy shit, is this actually footage?
Population 5, because that shit's funny.
Is this actual footage?
We felt a heat pulse, a very bright light.
It is.
A fireball. It is red. The sky looks black about it. It is boiling above us there. It is rapidly losing its color. There is the ground wave.
Jesus.
It is tremendous, directly above our heads. It went.
Okay, now let's just take a minute and appreciate the fact that you've probably just witnessed the most testicular fortitude ever captured on camera.
No
Secondly,
shit. What, that's insane. How are they not, like, screaming? Like, I guess that would be, like, movie-esque type of thing. But they probably got very ill afterwards.
let's also admire the fact that the sign that says Ground Zero Population 5 is not only funny at face value, but it's hilarious that they only counted the 5 of them in the camera and not the cameraman himself, because even back in 1957, they knew that the cameraman never dies.
I'm actually like Frodo Baggins.
And out of respect for that
That's
being,
funny.
to the best of my knowledge, the only 6 people that have ever volunteered to have a nuclear warhead dropped directly above their foreheads, I'm going to go ahead and read their names off.
So they, I'm guessing, did die.
The cameraman's name is George Yoshitake, and the 5 service members are as follows: Colonel Sidney Bruce, Lieutenant Colonel Frank Ball, Major John Hughes, Major Norman Bodinger, and Don Luttrell. Apparently the cameraman, Mr. Yoshitake, had filmed a bunch of other nuclear tests in the past, and he thought that this was going to be no different than all the other ones, you know, where he's miles and miles away just filming a mushroom cloud, and he didn't know that they were going to be dropping the bomb directly above him.
Surprise, motherfucker! You get to be nuked today!
Until like a couple hours beforehand, and he was already there. After arriving to the test site, he was briefed on what was going to go down, and according to him, he was pretty much completely unfazed. He did not care at all, and he was 100% game to partake in this experiment, which I think we can all agree is gangster as fuck.
This is what I picture.
What did you picture?
I walk in there like a fucking gangster.
And then he goes on to live a normal life until he passed away in 2013 at the age of 84.
What the fuck? How did he survive until 2013 after having a nuclear bomb dropped over his head?
And the other 5 service members that were also involved in this experiment all lived full, happy lives. As far as I could tell, the youngest any of them passed away was 71, and the rest of them all lived into their 70s. And while it's great that they were all okay, the PR stunt itself wasn't really that effective because the general public wasn't swayed very much by it. They still wanted them to stop blowing up nuclear bombs all the time. So finally, the US government's like, fine, we'll stop blowing up so many bombs in the desert. And the American people are like, and above the desert in the atmosphere. Okay, fine. And above the desert in the atmosphere. And in the ocean. Fine. We won't detonate nuclear bombs in the ocean either. And that is the story of how nuclear testing finally came to an end. No, I'm just kidding. The government then decided to opt for the loophole, and they were going to bore a 500-foot deep hole in the middle of the desert so that they could blow up a nuke underground, because nobody would be mad, because people were only mad about on the surface, in the atmosphere, and in the ocean. Sure.
You never said nothing. You never said nothing about underground. Haha! Loophole, bitch!
Blowing one up underground wouldn't be that big of a deal, right? I mean, what could go wrong?
Delete me!
What are you
lot
doing,
of
Aaron? You
things.
did the ad.
Delete me's gonna do every episode from now on.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, how much are they paying?
Don't worry about it.
Anyways, you guys know the deal by now. It's pretty straightforward. You give Delete Me money, they turn around and they make sure that data brokers on the internet aren't selling your personal information. And after smart guy or half, I understand, are easier to train to be astronauts than teaching astronauts how to sure nobody else starts selling it in the future. So if you're interested, I'll have a link and a discount code down below. Let's keep going. I mean, I'm not an overly smart guy or an explosions expert or anything, but I mean, off the top of my head, I've got some concerns. Primarily, I've seen the cinematic masterpiece Armageddon, where Bruce Willis convinced me that a bunch of dudes that work on an oil rig are easier to train to be astronauts than teaching astronauts how to drill a fucking hole. I mean,
Yes, I'm sorry. I'll agree with Nick here.
That was the entire premise of the movie. Drill a hole, stick a nuke down it, blow the planet you're on in half. I understand 500 feet probably isn't deep enough for that to be realistic, but still, nothing good can come of this. You're gonna, like, piss off King Kong or unleash that Balrog thing that killed Gandalf in Lord of the Rings. Something bad is gonna happen.
Unleash that Balrog thing that killed Gandalf. Or Cthulhu.
Luckily, they're not planning on detonating a nuclear warhead in this hole. They're just planning on blowing one up. And what I mean by that is the premise of this experiment was basically, remember, we're worried about the USSR bringing bombers, planes, and dropping a nuclear bomb on America.
Yes.
And we're planning on shooting those USSR bombers down. Essentially, we're going to blow up those planes that have a nuclear weapon on board. They want to know what happens when you blow up a nuclear weapon with a conventional type bomb or missile, right? So they're going to stick a nuclear warhead in the hole with another bomb, and they're going to blow up the conventional bomb and see if that blows up the nuclear bomb as well, because we need to know that. And the going theory is that the nuke is not going to explode because nuclear bombs have to be set off in a very particular way, and if they don't get set off in that exact way, there's safety measures that are actually supposed to kill the nuke rather than set it off. But that's all theoretical, and there's only one real way to actually test it, right? You're going to back up, grab a camera, yell World Star, and see what happens. So that's exactly what they do. July 26, 1957, they have the first underground nuclear test ever.
Oh, that's too funny.
Takes them all day to set it up. They got to lower the device down this hole. They get everything ready. Then, on top of the hole, you know, in case the nuclear bomb does go off, they lower a 5-foot thick slab of concrete that weighs thousands and thousands of pounds.
Yeah, I don't
and
know
then
if
on
that's
top
gonna
of the
do
hole,
anything.
they have some kind of lid. I'm not sure what material it was. They didn't say, but sitting on top of the lid, there was a bunch of sensing equipment, because remember, they're not expecting a big explosion. They're expecting a really small explosion, and they want to get as much data from it as possible. So they have like sensors and cameras aiming down the hole through this lid. And I
don't know if you're hoping to stop the explosion from coming through. I don't know how you're gonna get sensing equipment through the lid, but okay. Carry on.
We'll now let the head scientist in charge, Bob Brownlee, take the story from here. And I quote, "They finally got it down the hole, by my recollection, about 10 o'clock at night or so. There wasn't much time to go back to Mercury, go to bed, get up the next morning and shoot it. So somebody said, why don't we just shoot it now and then go in?" And
shoot it now.
It was the world's finest Roman candle, because at night it was all visible. Blue fire shot hundreds of feet into the air.
Oh,
Everybody
God.
was down in the area, and then they all jumped up, jumped in their cars, and drove like crazy, not even counting who was there and who came out of the area.
Just everybody just get out, drive.
So the safety equipment didn't work. The nuclear part went off, generating an explosion about 50,000 times bigger than they were anticipating. Apparently the explosion was so large that seismic equipment from all over the world could sense this explosion, you know.
Oh, fuck. You made an explosion so big that the entire world went shaky.
Seismic equipment being the shit they use to detect earthquakes. Another scientist that was present described it as, and I quote, "the biggest damn Roman candle you ever saw. It was beautiful. Big blue glow in the sky." And because of this, the United States government comes to the realization, okay, maybe underground nuclear testing isn't that great of it. I'm just fucking with you guys. They redid the exact same experiment like a month later, August 27th, 1957. And they didn't really change a whole lot about the experiment. They took the device, they stuck it down the hole, they put thousands of pounds of concrete directly on top of it, and then the only thing they did change was, instead of whatever lid they were using before that they could like put sensors through and shit, they went and tried to control the explosion by getting a 2,000-pound manhole cover, and then they welded it shut over the top of the hole.
Why do I have a feeling that that's just gonna turn into a giant cork missile?
They then took the best high-speed camera they could find and aimed it at the manhole cover, because if the safety device failed again, whatever happens to the manhole cover was, and I quote, "scientifically interesting," aka they're just doing Mythbusters shit with DOD money. So
that's basically what this seems like. That they're just like, let's see what happens if we blow up this nuke with a covered hole.
Detonate the bomb, the safety device fails, the nuclear portion goes off, and in hindsight, what happened is when you have a nuclear bomb go off with thousands of pounds of concrete directly on top of it, that concrete is instantly vaporized and turned into gas, and then that gas is also instantly superheated, and superheated gas expands a lot, and this is an enclosed environment because they welded the manhole cover shut. If you're not picking up what I'm putting down, the scientists just inadvertently turned the planet into a fucking potato gun and launched this 2,000-pound manhole cover, presumably into outer space.
Yep, pretty much. They just launched a manhole cover into orbit with a nuclear bomb. Because why not? Like, why not? You know, like, just because.
the scientists, being pros, start asking the question that everybody wants the answer to. How fast do you think that manhole cover was going? So they go to the high-speed camera. Okay, this camera is taking 1 frame per 1,000th of a second. Okay, it's a lot of fucking pictures. The manhole cover appears in 1 singular frame, and that is it.
Holy shit. Wow, that is incredibly fast. I'm surprised the manhole cover didn't fucking disintegrate with the heat and the energy.
So because it was only captured by a single frame and not multiple frames, they can't calculate how far it was traveling over a period of time, so all they can calculate is the minimum speed that it would have to be going to only be captured by a single frame in the span of the camera shot. And the calculation they came up with was that manhole cover was moving at least 150,000 miles an hour. That is
Jesus Christ! How is... Why? There's no way that manhole cover made it out into space in one piece. There's no way. Physics would make it so that it would, like, break apart or disintegrate or something. There is no way.
That is Mach 195. It is 195 times faster than the speed of sound. And the best part about all this is that this happened prior to Sputnik 1, meaning that if this manhole cover made it into outer space, it was the first man-made object to ever make it into outer space. Huh! It didn't make it into outer space. It would have burnt up in the atmosphere just like me.
Wait, you mean a weld can't hold a nuke? Midnight in Exile, what's up? Hey, how you been doing? Welcome to the stream. It's been a bit.
Like meteorites do. Buh! Oh shit, you're right. I completely forgot that every single meteorite that's ever come into the Earth's atmosphere is burnt up completely and never actually makes it to the ground. I'll be right back. I've got to go tell all the dinosaurs to stand up and quit being babies, because clearly they're exaggerating.
Oh, I love when he does shit like that. Do-do-do-do.
Guys, they're dead. This is completely different from a meteorite for multiple reasons. For one, a meteorite's never been made out of 2,000 pounds of refined steel. For two, a meteorite's moving at about 30,000 miles an hour when it collides with the Earth's atmosphere. This thing's moving at 150,000 miles an hour, and space is only 62 miles up, okay?
Yeah.
This thing made it to outer space in a second. Even friction was like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, it was just like, boom! It's like literally like if you shook a giant champagne bottle and the cork just launched itself out of the top.
Thirdly, the collision with the atmosphere is nothing like a meteorite, right? A meteorite is a rock traveling through the vacuum of outer space with no other forces acting upon it, and it collides with Earth's atmosphere, and then it gets slowed down and it gets burnt up, okay? The manhole cover isn't just moving at 150,000 miles an hour through the atmosphere. It is being propelled by a channeled nuclear explosion with all of the gases, aka the atmosphere behind it, also moving 150,000 miles an hour in the same direction.
Yes, science!
Okay, and just to be clear, I'm not saying that I'm correct. I'm simply saying I'm incredibly ill-equipped to answer this question accurately, and no offense, but there's about a 99.999% chance that you are too. So my verdict in regards to this manhole cover is going to be that it's still up in the air.
Probably.
It's a horrible dad joke. I'm sorry. Moving on. Now, fast forward, nuclear testing continued both underground, above ground, and in the atmosphere until 1963, when they signed a treaty with the Soviet Union and Great Britain that the only nuclear testing allowed was going to be underground. Now,
yeah, we promise we will only turn the Earth into a bomb. We promise that we will not detonate things in the ocean and the atmosphere. We promise we will only do it underground.
Fast forward again a couple of decades, and people's concerns over atmospheric nuclear bomb detonations turned out to be 100% legitimate because a ton of people ended up having elevated risks of cancer. Both the 18,000
manhole
soldiers
cover
that were
was the
present
first
in
contact
Operation
with
Plum Bomb
aliens,
had
probably.
highly elevated likelihoods of developing leukemia and thyroid cancer, as well as thousands of civilians that were living in towns near the test sites. And I know what you're thinking. How come those people got cancer, but the guys that literally stood underneath a nuclear bomb as it was detonated didn't? Well, the way that nuclear radiation works is that it dissipates pretty quickly over like 2 to 3 days and then it's completely gone.
Yep.
Which is why, like, all the old videos and protocols telling you what to do in case of a nuclear attack always told you, you know, duck and cover from the initial blast wave and then make your way inside and stay inside for like a week. After that, the radiation is decayed enough that it shouldn't hurt you. So the guys that were exposed to that bomb directly overhead were exposed to it for presumably 10, 15 minutes before they dipped and left, whereas a lot of these soldiers were exposed to repeated nuclear explosions over and over again.
Yeah.
Where these towns, the explosions would go up into the atmosphere and the radiation would be caught in the wind and it would just carpet these towns with radiation for days.
That makes sense. Like, the 5 soldiers only had the one explosion that they were exposed to, but the other, like the townsfolk and the other service members, were exposed to constant explosions and constant radiation, constant dissipation of radiation. That makes more sense of why cancers and stuff were more prevalent.
Over and over and over again over the course of years, hundreds of nuclear detonations exposing these people to radiation. Now, fast forward like 3 decades to 1990, the United States government, with its infinite charity and outstanding moral compass, finally decides that they're going to pass the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, where they're going to pay these people that were wrongfully exposed to radiation due to their negligence. If you got cancer and you could prove that it was because of them, they would go ahead and they would give you $75,000 in one lump sum if you were a soldier on the ground. Or if you were an innocent civilian just living your life in a town miles and miles away, they would give you $50,000.
That's it? I mean, back in the 60s, that is a fair amount of money, but still, 75 grand if you're a service member, 50 grand if you're a civilian. Like, that's not going to cover all of your medical bills and your pain and suffering.
There's no other legal course that you could take. You can't sue them for more. You can't reject it. Just, here's what I'm going to give you. Fuck off.
Wow, that sounds like a really good deal. How about I give you the finger?
Okay, just so we're on the same page with this, the United States government takes your tax money, whether you want them to or not. You don't get an option. They're taking your money, okay? They then turned that money into radiation that they used to poison Americans with and give them cancer. Then, 30 years after the fact, they decided, you know what, we should make things right by giving the people that survived this long and can actually prove it was our fault, we'll give them like 50 grand. Bear in mind, that 50 grand is also money that was tax money that they took. So they took your money, used it to poison you, and then to pay you off, they gave you some of your money back.
That is bullshit. That is such bullshit. Holy shit, U.S. government. What a way to dupe your people.
I'm from the government, and I'm here to help.
Can you understand how absolutely crazy that is? Imagine if somebody walked up to somebody on the street and was like, hey, give me all the money in your wallet, or I'm going to throw you in a cage for years against your will. And you're like, okay, and you give them all the money in your wallet. They turn around, they go buy brass knuckles, come back, and then punch you in the face with the brass knuckles that they just bought with your money. And then they look down at you and they're like, oh, I really hurt you, my bad. And then they get into your pocket, find another $20 bill, pull that $20 bill out of your pocket, and then hand it back to you.
Yeah.
To pay you off for punching you in the face.
Yeah, literally, that's literally what they're doing. They're just like grabbing your money and then going, "Oh, hey, here, look what I have to pay you for your medical bills."
It's never too early to learn that the government is a greedy piglet that suckles on a taxpayer's teat until they have sore, chapped nipples.
I gotta end this video. I feel radicalized. In conclusion, this has been the story of 6 crazy bastards that volunteered to have a nuclear bomb detonated directly above their head, and that time that America may have accidentally launched a manhole cover into outer space, potentially becoming the first man-made object ever, and that time that the US government poisoned tens of thousands of people with radiation, giving them cancer, and basically had no consequences for it whatsoever. Thanks for watching.
Do they ever have consequences, Nick? Like, honestly. Does the U.S. government ever have consequences for their actions? Because I don't think they do. Quite frankly. I really don't think they do. Let's check Twitch chat here. Oops. I hit the wrong window. There we go. That's funny, cannibalistic. Well, it's oversimplifying calling it a manhole cover. It was much bigger and thicker than a normal cover. True. They did die years later. The youngest died at like age 76. Whew. Let's see. What time is it here? 8:16. All right. Let's see. What do we have left? What do we have left? Did that. I think, you know what, I'm gonna save the OF model for tomorrow. I'm going to end and go put my kidlets to bed. It's been about 2.5 hours. But I am gonna be back for a combat hour because I need practice for Saturday's money match. So, stay tuned for the Twitch stream at around 9:30, 10 o'clock. I will be back. We're going to have some fun and play. Maybe we'll do a King of the Hill or something. We'll see. But thank you for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I will see you guys in about an hour and a half. Thank you for watching. See you later.